Hey guys, what's up? GP2K here, back with another video. And today we're going to be doing part 2 of the mock draft. And instead of doing the other picks, we're just going to be doing a mock draft 2.0. And we're basically just going to be doing picks 1 through 10 again, but with some improvements and some things that I think have changed since the time we did this last. And without any further ado, let's get into it. So for pick number 1, I don't think this is very hard of a choice. I have to go Trevor Lawrence. No one else will say any different. He has a great arm, great mobility, and he has great size. He's just amazing. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with him. He's the most polished prospect in like a long time. So I'm still going with that. Nothing's going to change. So now for pick number 2, I got to go with Zach Wilson, quarterback. And honestly, I think the Jets are ready to move on from Sam Darnold and then start this new team fresh with Robert Saleh. Get a couple, maybe like a third-round pick for Sam Darnold, and then start the new rebuild strong with Zach Wilson and maybe a wide receiver, or maybe another offensive tackle. So for pick number 3, I have to go with Ja'Marr Chase. He's a great wide receiver, and honestly, he's a great route runner. And at LSU, he was even better than Justin Jefferson, but he opted out this year, so that's kind of a concern. But other than that, he has great size, definitely better than Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith. And his hands are great. You can't go wrong with that pick. Now for number 4, the Atlanta Falcons are on the board. A lot of people would say that you need to go with a quarterback here, but I think Matt Ryan's still going to be okay for you for at least one more year if you need him. So for this pick, I got to go with Patrick Surtain. He's a great corner, and yeah, they really need it. Their secondary really struggled last year, and even though this is the second year, I think the second year in a row that they're drafting a cornerback, I think that's the right pick for them. Now for the Bengals on the board, I gotta go with Penei Sewell. You have a good franchise quarterback in Joe Burrow. You gotta protect him. That's the right pick. Now for pick 6, the Eagles, this is a little bit tough of a pick because they could really use a wide receiver, definitely. And Kyle Pitts is a great player, but with Dallas Goedert, I just don't think you need him. But their linebacking core was really, really bad last year. So for that reason, I got to go Micah Parsons. He's a great linebacker. He can rush pretty good in the NFL. And he's a great run stuffer, and he's really good in pass coverage. And you can't really go wrong with that pick either. Micah Parsons, I think, will be an impact player for the Eagles defense right away. Now with the Lions on the board, I gotta go with Devontae Smith. They're not gonna have any wide receivers this year, especially after I don't think them and Kenny Golladay are gonna work it out. And Marvin Jones just isn't worth bringing back after. Like, he's a good second wide receiver, but I just don't think it's worth bringing him back. Now, with the Panthers on the board, I think, honestly, the Panthers got to go quarterback here. They thought Teddy Bridgewater would help them out. He wasn't very good for them last year. And honestly, I think he was a big disappointment for the Panthers, and they thought he would be like he was on the Saints a couple years ago. So I got to go Justin Fields. He's a good quarterback. At one point, he was projected to be a number 2 overall pick, like everywhere in every single mock draft. He has great deep throw accuracy. He's very, very mobile. His decision-making is a little bit questionable, but they can easily develop him. And even if they need it, they can have Teddy Bridgewater be a good bridge quarterback. Now with the Broncos on the board, they've taken so many hits, and like since Peyton Manning, they haven't been able to figure out their quarterback situation at all. They drafted a lot of quarterbacks. They tried signing some in free agency. Just nothing seems to work out. But you don't have a number 9 overall pick every year. And I got to go with Trey Lance. He's a good quarterback. I mean, if they can develop him right, I think he could be a great thing for them. He's a great runner. He has great arm strength. His competition level in college was a little bit but I think he'll be good in the NFL. And Drew Lock will be I think trade Drew Lock, probably bring in a veteran quarterback. There's a lot of them on the market this year. And train Trey Lance. And I think he could be a good quarterback. Like, they kind of just threw Drew Lock into the fire last year. And I thought that, honestly, was partially to why he ended up not being that good. Now, with the Cowboys on the board, Tyron Smith is getting really old. And their line is getting really hurt. I think you got to go with a young offensive tackle that will end up being a good next generation for this Cowboys offensive line. And with Rashawn Slater, I think that would be a great pick. He's really polished. I think he's even more polished than Penei Sewell, because Penei Sewell has the highest ceiling, but he also is really raw. And Rashawn Slater, he's polished. He has great footwork, but I think he has a little bit lower ceiling than Penei Sewell personally. But I honestly think that's the right pick for the Cowboys. So guys, thanks for watching. And if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any ideas for further videos, please leave it down in the comments below. And that's pretty much it. See you next time.